Welcome to another episode. It's Change Tomorrow Today. So it's a treat when the gentlemen's meet.
Church.
I'm Al.
Man, y'all already know I'm Ralph, baby. We got Jaden with us today.
Yeah.
And we're here to give y'all part 2 of episode 1, man. You know, we're going to keep it going. We're going to continue to try to bridge the gap and have a better understanding of his generation.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we got off air, man, you made a pretty good point as far as what you were saying about a lot of the parents. They want you to understand. You're trying to tell them your problems, right?
Yeah, it's like from the older generation, I feel like because y'all had to live in it and y'all went through things in a different way, y'all feel like y'all more tough.
Yeah.
So it's like you might have a kid really trying to explain something to like his mom or dad, and they trying to tell you, well, back in my day, I did it like this, and my mama made me do it like so. You need to, and you be like, Mom, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. To the point where a kid just might shut down and be like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna deal with it. Or I'd rather talk to my homeboy about it because at least he'll understand where I'm coming from. Versus trying to tell what we'll call an old head, you so stuck in your ways and stuck in your world, you ain't even trying to understand where I'm coming from.
You know, truthfully, man, with me and my wife, when we have discussion about this, the position we've put our kids in, and I try to explain to her, I say, well, understand this, the way we grew up differently. We didn't grow up sheltered. You know what I'm saying? We didn't. Like, I wasn't sheltered. I knew you wasn't sheltered.
Sheltered.
The only thing I was given a lot of love. I knew I was loved. I never heard the word "I love you," but I knew I was loved because our culture is not like that. But to bring it back again, like the position that we have our kids in, we put them in a position to be softer, right? Because we do everything for them.
That's true.
We do everything. We do all the thinking for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make sure that they're in a safe space, safe zones, you know what I'm saying? Safe area. We make sure everything is laid out. But then we say, we get, I see a lot of parents get upset and be like, oh, he is so soft, or my daughter's so, and I'm saying to myself, well, we're to blame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't give them the opportunity to grow up like we did.
We
didn't raise them in the hood. We took y'all to the birds. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all could feel comfortable. Y'all ain't had to deal with what we had to deal and see what we had to see, and y'all didn't have to deal with the same obstacles. You know what I'm saying? We made life so much simpler and easier for you guys.
Yeah.
And then social media just came and rocked y'all world
Yeah.
and just turned everything upside down.
Upside down. It's like social media is the new daddy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Social media is the new daddy, man.
It's like even when you're young, it's like everything is so easily accessible. So then I feel like, boom, there's a lot of parents that are sheltering their kids. And I feel like a lot of the kids that do crazy stuff, the crazy Gen Z kids y'all see it might stem from a parent that tried to shelter them from everything. And they're like, man, but I got this phone. And you can find everything out. And now you so young with all this information, so much curiosity. Now you going and doing all type of stuff. You might get into this drug or do this with that person and not even know what you're really getting into.
Well, what's the fascination with drugs and vaping and all that stuff, man? It seems like when we was younger, man. Like, I don't think we were so fascinated with drugs the way these kids are. You know what I'm saying? You guys really love to vape. Everywhere I go, man, I see one of you, you know what I'm saying, young with a vape in your mouth, man, just. And I'm saying to myself, do you know you're killing yourself slowly?
The lungs, because yeah.
I can't speak for vapes. I don't like vapes. Vapes.
What is that about? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just the escape, bro.
What do you see when you see? That's the thing that kind of.
It's the feeling like, I don't know if it's the feeling of like distorting your reality to an extent, or changing your perception of reality is like, it's kind of fascinating.
Fascinating. So you mean to tell me you can grow up in a good household where you have a good parent that love you and appreciates you and takes good care of you, and you're going to get into these different things just to alternate your reality?
Because sometimes it's not really about escaping something bad. It might just be an experience.
Experience to try to fit in?
Just an experience in itself.
Is it curiosity? Is it curiosity?
Curiosity definitely plays a part in it. And you got to understand with social media and music definitely plays a big role in it. When you got all your favorite artists talking about X pills, Percocet, drink, weed, and whatever, shrooms, LSD, it's like boom. And you got to understand, especially in the black culture, I don't really know if there is a limit on music.
No, there's no
You
limit.
see what I'm saying? You might have a 3-year-old in the car, but you playing Future.
Yeah, there's no limit to it.
So it's like, imagine being 3, 4, 5, middle school, high school. All you hearing is sipping on a drink, taking this pill, smoking this, doing that, and then you go on social media. Then you seeing kids your age doing it. Then you got the access to it.
Funny he says that, right? It's like since I've had my daughter, I've always been very conscious of what I play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the car by myself, oh man, I'm bumping. When I'm in the car, whatever she's into, Disney songs, and yeah, I'm square life. You know what I'm saying? But you know, for when she was small, because I always thought about it, I said I don't want to influence her mind.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
it's
saying?
so crazy
Of
because
course.
like a lot of these artists, you could say for like Juice WRLD, like I love dude, but it's like boom, you are relating to somebody so much. Let's say you got this artist dealing with anxiety, depression, and all type of other mental
you take that on too.
tribulations.
You take those on too.
I don't want to say you take it on because it's not. I don't think anybody in this generation is dumb enough to just, oh, he did it, so I'm gonna do it. But I think it's like, if you know he's dealing with anxiety, he is dealing with depression, and then that's his solution. Even if in the song they're telling you is wrong, it might be like, maybe he's coping with it with something though. And then it just breeds that curiosity. If you 13 and you never experienced anything, and then that's all you're hearing, you understand? That's sitting in your conscience. You going to sleep playing this music. You waking up, you on the bus playing this music.
And
you
that's
in
what
school.
that's what I meant by you taking it on, because a lot of things that I learned, a lot of things that I did growing up, I learned through music.
Yeah.
Like Master P gave me a lot of game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know those things. I was
No,
like, what?
no.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't even realize that you taking on somebody else's and if you don't break
energy.
it down spiritually, their spirit and energy, you taking
And
it.
then look at the difference. You see how much more censored even though y'all music could get vulgar, look how much more censored it was. My mama always talk about, my love songs back in the day, even if they were talking about sex, it was almost like subliminal. In
Yeah,
a sense.
subliminal.
Like an R. Kelly
You guys
song.
you guys are just direct, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing to the imagination, man.
And
You know-
you'll play an R. Kelly song and whole song you listening to, you don't know what bro talking about, especially if you at a certain age. Now you get on a song, bro, somebody, I'm hitting it like this. Shit. Yeah, you already know what's going on.
But peep this though, I was watching the King Von documentary, right?
Yeah,
And they were saying with King Von, the more violent his music became, the more his fan base grew. And to me, that was crazy, man. It's like the more people gravitated to him, as you know what I'm saying, as his music got more violent and violent and violent. I
mean, it's attractive, bro.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Well,
then-
you said I don't mean to cut you off. You said it's attractive.
Yeah.
Is it attractive because a lot of you guys are not living that life? You guys are sheltered, so you find it attractive because you want to hear about the other side. You want to feel the other side.
I can't
Is
speak
that
for
what it is?
everybody, but I can say it can be different for everybody because you might have somebody who really living like that, who really is doing what King Von talking about. So then they're playing the song the same way I'm relating to Juice on certain things. He relating to Von about what he doing when he doing what he doing. But then you might have a kid who don't live that life. He might be a white kid in the burbs, ain't never did nothing, but then he listen to Von, he feel like he in it. Or you got a kid, he might be curious about what Von talking about. He might be the same way you picking up game from Master P. He might be picking up how to put the switch on the back of this or creeping on somebody block doing it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it could be like that.
Man,
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just something in humans, but a lot of people like darker stuff just is attractive. Like,
That's crazy.
darker.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Yeah, even though our music has some sort of violence to it, but our music wasn't dark. I listen to Biggie. I listen to Pac. I don't think Pac and Biggie music was dark.
No, it was.
when I say dark, though,
it
it might not necessarily have to be presented as darkness,
Okay.
but it's like just that people thrive off of negativity. Like, whether it may be drama, somebody gossiping. Oh yeah, let me see what they talking about. Or it might be some type of violence. Well, let me see what he got going on that block. Or it might be a fight video on Instagram. You might just be scrolling, watching fights. I feel like it might be the same way somebody might watch an MMA fight. It's like, if you look at it from a certain perspective, it's just like, oh, that's super gory. You see what I'm saying? But then it's like, on a music tip, it might just attract certain people, like rock music, like a person that might be a fan of Marilyn Manson. Just that whole allure of it, like that. the ambiance or like the environment it may put you in. It's just really intoxicating for some people.
Because I remember when I used to listen to Biggie, Jay-Z, Pac, man, it used to do something to me. Like, basically, I wanted to dress up, you know.
And it put you in that vibe.
Like, I mean, not to go do violence, but, you know,
Get money.
player and go get money.
Get money.
You know, go talk to the ladies. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's the vibe we was on. You know, I ain't want to go bust anybody, you know, in the head.
No, get money was
Get
all
money.
that.
Get
It
money.
does. It definitely does depend on
Well,
what
more
type
of
of
a
person you are, though.
Mhm.
Because it's like the same way you might have been attracted to the player lifestyle. So
Mhm.
you're like, man, I'm hearing Biggie. I'm trying to go put this little fit on, talk to shawty. Or you might be, man, I'm into fashion. So you might put on some Destroy Lonely. Like, all he talking about is what clothes he in. That might be what you attracted to. Or you might be a person that is attracted towards violence. So you want to put on some Vaughn or some Glock 40 Spaz and listen to some drill music. You see what I'm saying?
Because, you know,
Or
bro,
you might be attracted to drugs, so you want to listen to Future or Juice or something like that.
because you know what, bro? And I noticed that, you know, I think in our day, we had player music. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be players, right? So when I see the young generation, the young Z, like the young males, it's like that player. How should I put it, bro? It's like that being a player is like it's not there.
No,
You know what I mean?
No,
It's like it's not there no more, man.
no, because they feel like I think you guys feel like you can buy anything. You can buy it.
Yeah.
You can buy your way into anything because that's the mind state of the world today.
Yeah,
I mean, 'cause then
Everything,
again, it's
yeah.
like the girls might let you do that though.
No. I know. Even another day you could do that too.
Mhm.
But it was it was just something about talking your way into something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, anybody can do that.
Mhm.
But can you talk your way into something?
Yeah,
Mm.
you had to be smooth, man.
Yeah,
I feel
that's what gave you that stamp of
Stamp.
approval. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I got it. You know, I'm one of the ones out here. I'm
Mhm.
smooth with it.
But it depends on what's glorified. Cause it's like y'all generation glorified. Man, you bought her a bag and got it, but man, I talk. I ain't spend no money and got it.
Mm.
But then it's like this generation, you get a girl a bag and she already gone. You see what I'm
You
saying?
get her a bag and she already gone.
Yeah, it's like it depends on what's glorified. Cause
So-
now you got people in music talking about some. I'ma just buy her this, buy her that, and she already going. You got the girls in the music. I just want a man that could do this, do that, and then. you feel
So
what I'm saying?
let me ask you a question, man. You being that you're in high school,
Mm.
high school girls, they asking y'all to buy them bags and stuff like that.
I mean, not all of them. You got the girls that's gonna ask for some stupid junk. But
Like what? Stupid stuff like
You know
what?
what?
I mean, you got the girls that I'm sorry, that are expecting certain stuff. It's just like, bro, why do you even
Like from the jump, like
Like they expecting. When you say
Not necessarily from the jump.
expecting,
Mm.
well, because back in my day, man, if I supersize it, man, if I took you to McDonald's, I supersize. I did a great
you
job.
did a
right?
great job.
Yeah. God forbid I took you to Popeyes. I'm the man.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is that girl probably only seeing you and dealing with you. But then it's like, let's say you in school, right? And you try to hop down on the girl and take her to McDonald's. But then she can go on Instagram and see, well, this boy's 16, but he have emotion and he bought his girl some Chanel's. Or this boy, he 20, but he driving a Scat, or he driving a Hellcat. He could do this, do that. So why I can't?
Man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Brother.
Come on, man.
It's like like social media really create that comparison.
Man, listen, man. Let me ask you another question. This is away from the whole girl conversation. Now I know my time and Al's time growing up without a father, it was a big deal. It wasn't so much of a big deal because we were still able to navigate. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, we all had each other. You know, we all find ways to make each other feel good.
Mm.
In your generation, how is it being a young man and growing up without a father? Like, what have been some of your toughest tribulations that you say to yourself, even this year alone, that you say, man, I wish I had my dad here to kind of like help me, guide me through this situation? Because even though you have your mom, you can speak to your mom. She's a woman still, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Whereas if it was another man you can talk to, he will get it right away.
From my perspective, I guess with my dad, it was a lot of situations where I didn't think like that because I felt like there were certain situations my dad wouldn't just be beneficial in. But I will say having a man in general might be like, having a man in the household, I feel like, brings a certain level of peace and understanding. Because you got to understand, if I'm a male, I'm thinking one way and a woman is thinking this way. So I might be looking at a situation from a logical perspective. Like, let's say I get in trouble at school. Let's say I get into a fight. I might come home and be like, look, Ma, I already beat dude up. I got my referral. It is what it is. But she going to be on the type to say, but what if this could have happened and this could have happened, boom, boom, boom. Having a man in the house, he might be like, all right, look, son, you know you did wrong. Go to your room. We'll talk about it later. He might handle mom and have her calm down, help her see a man's perspective. And then he might come to you, look, man, I know how it is, because he a man. So it's like, he might be like, man, I know how it is. You probably got riled up, but look, you can't do it like this. You need to handle it like this. I feel like a problem with only having a mom in the household a lot of times is that sometimes that like structured way of giving and receiving information is gone. And it might just be more emotional, because that's just how women are. You see what I'm saying?
Everything
So
is
like,
emotion. Yeah.
Everything's emotion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
sometimes the perspective on things is just so different that it's like not having a man there just creates this turmoil, where it's like if you did have a man there, you would have had some type of like rod, I guess, to like put his foot down and be like, all right, he can understand both perspectives. He can help you in your situation, calm mom down, help her understand both sides of things, and have that even ground.
Exactly. A man's job is to really mend things and to
And
kind
have
of
a
like,
mediator.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm like that. If my wife is upset with my daughter, I get the story from both. I listen to it logically. I'm like, oh,
Like
And
a
you,
yang
and you
and a
can come
yang.
with a level head.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah.
tripping, man. That's what it is, man. Come on, let's just we mend it. We it's done over with. But like I say, for you guys, I know today's time is a lot harder, especially when you don't have that male figure
Yeah.
to advise you. You know, like I say, for me, growing up, I would get advice from anybody. I just ask questions. If I felt like you had some type of substance to you, and you can give me a good answer, even if the answer was bad. But if I can learn something from you, I'm gonna ask. Whatever is bothering me, I'm gonna ask you. It don't matter to me what you think, or you might. I remember one time I asked, we was in the area, you know what I'm saying? I asked this one dude, I asked him a simple question. To me, it was simple. He looked at me like, man, he's like, how old are you? I said, I'm like 40. He's like, why would you be thinking something like that? I'm like, well, why wouldn't I be thinking something like that? Like, what's someone be thinking like that? You know, it was some people make it seem like your age, you have to be at a certain level of thinking. You can't really be, you can't surpass that. You know what I'm saying?
And I do think that's another boundary between the younger generation and the older generation. Because, not saying y'all, but there's a lot of older people who feel like because they're older, they got it all figured out and they just know everything. And then because of that, they'll never want to receive anything from someone younger.
I got you.
When it's like, bro, I'm not even trying to be right or wrong, but it's just like, hear me out, because you can learn anything from anybody.
Exactly.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Oh, but I have a rebuttal right here, though.
What's up?
Right? Because, for instance, right, I would see a much elder person trying to school a younger person, but that younger person would disrespect that elder person.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Well, that's immaturity, though.
Right,
That's age, immaturity.
Right, but I see it a lot, though, because the reason why I say that, I remember back in the days, you know, when I used to catch the bus with my mother or whatever, growing up in the Little Haiti area. And I remember we used to always catch the bus by Edison High School, and the dudes used to have the big old dookie dreadlocks. And my mother would tell the dudes, she'd be like, "My son, you so beautiful. Why do you have those big dreads in your head? Cut them for me, please." And the dudes would be like, "Okay, mommy, I'm gonna cut it for you. I'm gonna cut my hair for you, mom." Right? Even though they're not gonna cut it, but
They were respectful.
they were respectful.
Yeah.
And versus in today's time, it's the total opposite. You know what I mean? Like, I done seen elderly people will tell a young man, "Hey, young man, pull your pants up." And they'll be like, "Man, F you. You ain't my daddy." And they'll walk off, and you know what I mean? And I'm like,
I feel
"Dang."
like that just might be a difference of perspective, because you might have an old person who really is just trying to kick a young person some game, but then you might have a young person that's so used to old people having one way of thinking, you automatically not trying to receive it. And you got to understand, in our generation, I feel like expression is a really big thing, and standing in what you believe in and how you feel about stuff, versus y'all generation, it was a lot of what I say goes, and that's just what it is. We kind of grew up on some like, man, we trying to get up out of that. We like, man, we trying to do what we trying to do. So you might hear an old person, hey, you should probably pull. We like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But then you do just got the disrespect for young people.
No, but for us too, man, we was all about the rebellion and doing our own thing. The only difference was, like you said, we know how to play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We always show respect. We was all brought up on respect. You know what I'm saying? Like an older person that could say anything to us, we gonna feed it into with respectfully. Okay, yeah, no problem, mommy. Yes, I got you, mommy. Oh, all right, no problem, pops. Okay, cool, I got you, man. We just keep on trucking, man. We go about our business and keep it's like it never happened, but we treated it with respect. So I think what he's trying to say with y'all is that's like, not all of you guys, but majority of you guys, there is no respect. It's just more like, man, what's this old head talking about, man? And,
a lot of us are just so hell bent on doing what we want to do and feeling how we want to feel. You really just don't receive anything,
man.
And that's not a good thing. I'm not saying that.
No, it's not a good thing at all, but I can understand it too, because you guys are dealing with so much. You know what I'm saying? You guys are being pulled so many different ways. So it's like, why am I listening to you? And there's so
much of us are trying to break out of certain norms and break out of what stuff used to be. It really might just come out like disrespect.
Man. Let me tell you something, man. One of the things I love about you guys, though, is how intelligent you guys are. Yeah. You guys are further ahead than we were. That's right. You guys have found ways to earn money being at home on your phones.
Yeah.
And I commend you guys for that. I think it's genius and it's great, because you guys are changing the way life is. You know what I'm saying? You guys not looking to go work for nobody for 9 to 5. You guys are creating your own different streams of income.
You guys are very brave.
Yeah,
you guys are brave.
So I think I think that in itself demands. I commend you guys for that.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that kind of like weirded me out a little bit. It's like, I don't think you guys understand the importance of having respect for money. You guys don't really respect money. You see what I'm saying? It's like, just as fast as you guys are able to generate it,
they're generating a lot of money, man.
You guys are just wasting it. And I'm like I say, I don't think you guys understand money is something you have to respect.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. You know what I'm saying? You have to use it. You use it right, and it's gonna multiply. But you guys just be wasting it on just foolishness, man. Brand names of,
because it might, sorry to cut you off, because it might be like you said, you can access it so fast, it almost does kind of lose its value in a sense. Like, versus in the older times, you might have really had to work hard for the money you get. Versus you might have got a person, they sit in the crib and make TikTok videos and they getting bread, or they on stream. Not saying that that's not hard work, but it's like the perspective on it is so different. And then our values are different. Y'all might have been like, man, if I work all this time, I want to save up, get a crib for me and my family, and hopefully it'll last through generations. We might be like, man, I'm trying to buy these clothes so I can get this Insta pick off. That's what you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, man. Have you, and you're very intelligent, right? Do you think there's any cows that's walking around here that's worth $500, $1,000? Like just a cow?
A cow?
A cow.
Like an animal?
Yeah, a cow.
Worth $500,000?
$500, $1,000. Do you think they have different level of cows? You got cows that's $60 worth $60, worth $300, $500. You think there's different level of cows? No? Yes or no? No, right? Cow's a cow.
Nah, I don't. I mean, yeah.
A cow.
I mean, yeah, nah.
A cow's a cow. Yeah. So explain to me this, brother, because I've no matter, even when I was young in my childish days, I wouldn't do it. Why would I pay $500 to $1,000 for a belt, man? Huh? Because listen, man, and I get it. You know, back in the day for us, it was Iceberg, Coogee. You know,
Polo.
Man, we was with it, man. Yeah, we was with it. But you could never get me to understand paying $500 to $1,000 for a belt.
It just depends on what you value, bro.
What you value?
Honestly, it just depends on what you value. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I love clothes. Like, I'm one of those people. If I had it, I probably would spend $10K on that bag
Mm.
if I had it. Now I will say I'm not the dummy. Like if I got $50K in my account, I'm not gonna spend $10K on the bag.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? But it's like I will say it just depends on what you value. Because you might have the nerd who's like he don't care about what he got on, but he'll spend $20K on his laptop because that might be the software that could run his game the best. Or
That part I get
feel me?
because he can generate from. But I'm saying the belt doesn't hold any value, my brother. That's what that's one of the things.
but
that,
it may hold value to the person.
Okay.
Yeah, but that ain't no value, man. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Being young and coming up in this life, everybody's journey is different. So there's no advice I can really give you to say this is the right way.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing. Because everybody got their own path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, the one thing that I think that remains important is you have to find the value within yourself.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the outside that can make you feel more valuable than you could ever make yourself feel valuable,
Mhm.
whether you have it or not. Whether you, this is, you know what I'm saying, whether you dressed up nice, clean, or you naked in the nude, bro. You got to still feel the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? The clothes don't make you. The money don't make you. You know what I'm saying? You make all that. You know what I'm saying? Before I put this suit on, it was just hanging in the closet. When I put it on, look how good it looked. See, I made it look good. It ain't made me look good.
Right.
I made it look good, brother.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I could put another brother in the same suit, ain't gonna look good as me.
I mean, but that's how it is with clothes, bro.
No, but it's not just clothes. That's what I'm trying to say. See, I can't tell you how to think about this life, but I'm trying to say that's how it is with everything. You got to view life like that. You make everything better than what it was before.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you made the podcast today better than every other episode. That's the mindset. I came in here, I made y'all podcast better today with this episode.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. You got to find that value within yourself.
Yeah.
Because there ain't nothing on the outside that could make you feel that. No matter, I don't care. You spend $10K on the band, whatever it is, bro. Because let's just say you lose all that, then you lose you. See what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because it's all materialistic.
I feel you.
It means nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when you guys are dealing with the anxiety and everything like that, and you guys dealing with so much different things in school and whatever, your peers and everything, social media, you got to think about it, bro. Like, you make all that cool. You give all that stuff importance.
And to be honest with you, if you look at the prices, like you see those designer shoes, bags, and clothes, man, those retailers, man, if you knew how much they were buying this stuff wholesale in China, you would look at designer different, man.
It's a
I already
game.
know.
It's a game, man.
Yeah.
They'll buy a pair of Dior's in China for like maybe 30, 50 cents. And yeah, real talk, man.
They mark it up.
They mark it up,
1,000%.
1,500.
1,000%. They making crazy loot.
Real talk, man.
But that's just with everything, though. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think your generation understand like the power you guys have, like and the importance you guys have. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm not trying to judge or give you guys any advice on how you should be, but I think you guys are too caught up into absorbing, getting caught up into yourself and analyzing yourself and comparing and contrasting with other people instead of realizing the power that you got within yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what you want to accomplish in life, focusing on that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to be able to please everybody, bro. It's impossible, bro. Like, I don't care how many, you can have 10K followers, 100K, everybody ain't going to like what you're posting, what you're doing.
Because we talk about that all the time, bro. You can't please everyone.
Can't please everyone, bro. Like
Can't,
I say, like, it's not many, there's no way to give you any kind of game as far as like how to think or how you should maneuver, because it's a new age, it's a new day. And every day is a new day. You know what I'm saying? There's no one route to anything in life. In life, you can go to prison, you can come back home and be successful. You can go to school, get a degree, could be successful. You can go to prison, come home and be a junkie. You can go to school, come home and be a junkie. It's all about the person. But it starts with the mind state. You know what I'm saying? You got to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really let people like have so much power over your thinking or how you feel inside. Yeah, you're gonna have anxiety. You're dealing with a lot of stuff, but that's just momentarily.
Yeah.
You see, I think you guys take it to heart where you feel like, my world is coming to an end, or I'm down, I'm depressed. And believe it or not, adults go through that. Ask your mother, you ever feel depressed? You ever feel that? She's going to tell you, yeah. But the only difference with us is we don't have the time that you guys have to dwell in, because we have responsibilities.
That's
We
right.
got to take care of you.
Mhm.
We got to pay these bills.
Mhm.
So we got to shake and break out of it.
We always on go.
Yeah. Whereas you
Mhm.
guys have so much more time
Mhm.
to sit there and think about it, and feel it, keep
Yeah.
feeling it, keep feeding it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And like I say, I just think if you guys would just build your mind to be stronger
Mhm.
and understand whatever you're dealing with is just I know earlier I said it was a speck. You said no, but it's bigger because it's just a speck because whatever
Yeah.
you're going through, it's just a moment in time, bro.
Mhm.
Like my son, I'll give you an example. My son was a micro preemie. He was a 1 pound 6 ounces. At that time, you know, when you look at it, it's the worst situation in the world. You're like, how is this going to play out? But when you think about it, you know, me and my wife had matching tattoos. Said this too shall pass,
Mhm.
because we understand whatever the situation, he's not going to stay a pound 6 ounces forever.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're feeling the pain of it all,
Mhm.
but it's just a moment in time.
Yeah.
And as time keeps going, the situation is going to change.
Mhm.
And that's what you guys need to realize. Like, you guys, you know, there's no need to take your own life. There's no need to try to find these different things to get into as far as drugs, alcohol, whatever,
For an escape.
for an
Yeah.
escape. Because what you're escaping is momentarily.
You know?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like you could think about the worst day you've ever had,
Mhm.
and you probably was holding on to, and you felt it just brought you down. Your spirit was low.
Mhm.
Maybe you think about that time.
Mhm.
How long did it take for you to get over it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eventually, it just passed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not as difficult as you guys think this thing is. It's not
Right.
it's not that hard, bro.
Right. And there's also, too, controlling your emotions, man. Remember we
Mhm.
had that talk. Remember
Yeah.
I was telling you that, man.
Mhm.
If you can control your emotions, man, you can control your world.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not saying that, you know, it's wrong to express yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But controlling your emotions, if that's something you can control,
Mhm.
you become powerful, man.
Yeah.
Very powerful
Very
because
powerful.
you know, because as a man, like you hit it earlier,
Mhm.
you said, well, you, even as a young man, you realize you're logical.
Mhm.
Your mom is more emotional.
Emotional.
Mhm.
See, if you think about it, if you know any kind of, I'm pretty sure you've seen altercations in school
Yeah, for
with
sure.
two different dudes, and I'm pretty sure emotions was involved.
Yeah.
There was no self-control,
Mhm.
right? It was just more like rah, 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 going
Mhm.
at it. Versus if one of them had been smart enough to control his emotions and
Mhm.
really think about what's happening, not let the moment take over him,
Mhm.
it would never went that far.
Mhm.
It's a lot of dudes that's in prison, that's dead
Over one moment.
over one moment that they could have controlled
Their
if
emotions.
they had that control within themselves.
Let me touch on this real quick. Like, for example, with this genre of
Mhm.
rap music today, right? I see so many young artists are beefing with each other and they taking it to the extreme level. Like, I see artists going to the graveside of their ops
Mhm.
and they're urinating on their ops. You know what I'm saying? Grave,
Yeah.
tombstones. In our day, we didn't have that. You know, and we didn't really have so much beef in our music. You know, yeah,
Mhm.
maybe had the West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah,
beef
but that was
with rap.
perpetrated through
But yeah,
media. you know?
but it wasn't like rappers didn't take it to the extreme level like it is today.
It's like
Yeah,
the
that's the
young
crazy
brother
part
said
about
earlier,
social media.
cloud chasing.
Cloud
Yeah.
chasing, man. You know, and I
Mhm.
see that. To me, that's so disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
Going to your quote unquote ops gravesite and you urinating on it.
And that'd be the
That's-
whole point. It should be to embarrass somebody.
right. And,
Because
and
it's like you can immortalize the moment. You could really go on live and piss on somebody's
Mhm.
grave site. And it's just the whole point is to be disrespectful.
But you
and that's
remember-
what's so glorified.
but you know, but when I see that, I'll be like, what I'm saying to myself, does this person know about karma?
But
Karma,
not, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
remember what you do to
Mhm.
what you do to somebody, they could do to you.
they could do to
Yeah.
you.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Whatever you do to somebody, they could do to you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I want to say before we close out is this to you, man. Because I grew up with a single mother, and Al did too. Is even though we know our mothers, they are women and they think differently, but believe it, 9 out of 10 times the advice that they're giving you, even though it doesn't sound like what you expected or wanted to be,
Mhm.
9 out of 10 times they're correct, bro.
Yeah.
Because I can sit back, like a lot of the situations I've gone through in life, and I think about what my mother said to me, and she was always right.
Mhm.
I may not have wanted to understand it back then, because I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you don't know nothing, you're a woman.
Mhm.
But they know a lot more than we give them
Yeah.
credit
Because
for. You know
Ralph
what
and
I'm
I,
saying?
we talk about it all the time. Now that
Yeah.
I'm 40 and I kick back and I think, I'm like, dang. You know, I'll think about my mother.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I remember my mother used to tell me this, she used to tell me that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow. And I'm seeing it,
Play out.
play out. And I'm like, dang. the
Yeah.
old lady was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go easy on your mom,
Yeah.
man. She know what she's
Yeah,
saying.
she know what she's saying,
even though she
man.
may be annoying, but
Yeah.
she know what she's saying. You
I
know
know,
what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, this was part 2, man, with Jaden, man.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about the young man. I think he's very bright, and I think he's gonna make a lot of great decisions. I think he has a bright
Bright
future
future.
ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us as parents, we need to get out of our comfort zones and really listen to the youth when they speak and not try to put our time and space on them and understand this is a new time and place. You know, and let them express themselves without any without them feeling any kind of backlash. You know what I'm saying? Let's really come from a place of understanding and not just I'm a parent so I can punish you. I could take these things away from you. That doesn't really do anything. You could spank. My mom could spank me till her face turned blue. I was gonna still be who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Because she sure enough did, and still ain't worked. But but we need to come from a place of love and understanding. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, we appreciate y'all. We just want to ask you guys to please remember to like, subscribe, man. Like, subscribe, comment,
And please hit the like button, guys.
and share, man.
Share.
Don't be stingy. It's
Come
free.
on, it's free.
Share. We ain't even charging you, man. It's free. Just subscribe, like, share.
See your
and
finger?
comment.
Take your finger and hit that
Click
like
that
button.
motherfucker.
There you go,
Hit
man.
it. Keep clicking
Hey,
it. Keep
we
clicking.
appreciate you, man, Jaden, man. You know what I'm saying? We wish you best of luck in the
For
future,
sure, I
man.
appreciate y'all.
Much love and appreciation to you guys out there in the world.
Peace.
Love.
For sure.
You cannot take my mind. You cannot take my heart. You cannot take my soul. You cannot take my goals. You cannot stop my time. You cannot stop my grind. What's mine will always be mine. I was born to be a fighter, left alone in the fire. Had no one to come and save me. Had to learn I have to save me.